Alright, so there's the Common Core standards in case you are interested in that kind of stuff. More importantly, we're going to learn to solve equations with one variable, and we're going to work on solving equations with two variables. So new vocabulary, we have open sentence. So if you want to put this at the front with your words worth knowing, and then as we come to it, or they're on your note sheet, just make sure you take note as we come to those definitions. Equation, solving, solution, and replacement set. And set. Element, solution set, identity. And this should be listed at the top, right? Alright, so example 1, we're going to use a replacement set. So here we have the solution set for 4a plus 7 equals 23 if the replacement set is 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to replace a and 4a plus 7 equals 23 with each of the values of the replacement set. So we're just going to kind of substitute them in. And so we're going to substitute 2 in and see if that gives us a true or false statement. Alright, so when we plug 2 in, 2 times 4 is 8, plus 7 is 15. That does not equal 23, so it doesn't work. Plugging 3 in, we get 19, and that does not equal 23. When we plug 4 in, we get 23 equals 23, so it's a true statement. 5 does not work, and then 6 will not work. So that's all you're doing. A replacement set is basically a set of numbers that you're substituting in. It doesn't necessarily mean that they all will work. It just means that that's the set from which you can substitute. So from this, the only one that works is 4. Questions? No, you can write the next one down. Alright, so in this case, from the replacement set, the solution is 4, since that's the only one that's true. Alright, so now you're going to do this one. Alright, so this would be an example of one that would be on a standardized test. So let's take a moment and solve that one out. In addition to utilizing the solution set, you're also looking at order of operations. All right, do we want to do another one like that? All right, so this is example 3, so solutions of equations. So here we have 4 plus the quantity 3 squared plus 7 divided by n equals 8. So we want to solve for our value of n. Alright, so they're going to start with the original equation. And let me see what they're... Okay. I'm going to rewrite it. Would you rather it look like this or like this? Which do you prefer? Well, you know what, now that I look at it, let me hold my horses. I think they're just taking this. I'll just let it do how they're going to follow. Alright, so here, order of operations that we need to do the parentheses first, correct? So what's inside our parentheses? So what is 3 squared plus 7? Alright, so 3 squared is 9, and 9 plus 7 is 16. Alright, so now they're rewriting it as 16 over 4 plus 16 over n equals 8. Alright, so our job is we want to get n by itself. We still have this hanging out over here. So if you cover up the 16 divided by n, we need to move that 4, correct? How do we move that 4? Well, the 4, what sign is being added, correct? And what's the sign on the 4? Is it a positive or a negative? Positive. So I want it to not be on this side. So if I have a positive 4 here, how am I going to, if I have a positive 4 here, I want to subtract it off, right? So but if I subtract 4 on this side, what do I have to do to the other side? I have to subtract 4. So now we'll have that 16 over n equals, what's 8 minus 4? 4. We're going to do it my way. So we have 16 over n equals 4. All right, this is 16 divided by n. What's the opposite function of division? How do we undo that division? Times it. If we multiply this side by n, what do I have to do to the other side? What do the properties of equality say? Whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. So if I'm multiplying this side by n, what do I have to do over here? I have to multiply this side by n as well. So my n's cancel, and we have 16 equals 4n, right? Okay, my n is not by itself yet. How do I separate that 4 and the n? Well, to get this, we multiplied, right? So in algebra, how do we undo multiplication? We're going to divide. So what am I going to divide by? 4. If I divide this side by 4, what do I have to do to this side? Divide by 4, right? Because properties of equality state whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you have to do to the other. Those 4's cancel, and we have n equals with 16 divided by 4. 4. Alright, so because we are good students in here, we're studious math students, we're going to check our answer. So we're going to substitute this up here in for our 4 to make sure it works. So I'm not going to change anything other than I'm substituting in. So who has a calculator that can input this to check to see if it works? You got 8, so it checks out. How do we feel about this?
Good.
All right, do we want to do one like this where we have n on both sides? So looking at this, what's the first thing that we should do? Yeah, let's combine all of the stuff that's in the parentheses. We have constants in there, so we can combine them. So we have 4n minus, what's 12 plus 2? And here we have 6 minus 2. Alright, so I'm just going to, how can I rewrite this side without parentheses? Or just minus 14? And then how can I rewrite this n n with a 4 in parentheses? Or 4n? The math teacher only wants the constant always, the coefficient always first. Alright, so now I have an n here, I have an n here, numbers here, numbers there. I want to get everything together. Alright, so let's move. What do you want to move? Okay, so we're going to add, so whatever we do to this side, we need to do to this side. So we have negative 14 plus 9, which is negative 5 equals 4n. Alright, so I have an n here and an n here. Let's get them together. So what do I do? Minus 4 on both sides. I have 4n minus 4n, which is... Whoa, that doesn't make sense, does it? Does negative 5 equal 0? No. So what happens is this equation, there is no solution. There is no one number that will make this side equal to this side. So if you get something, if you get two numbers that are definitely not equal to each other, then there's no solution. That's pretty exciting, right? All right. Do we want to check our progress? All right, so whenever it's going to be important for when you're doing these that you keep your variables, that your letters and your numbers separate. So we all got 11, so that's good. All right, let's do